How did I end up here? Lying in your arms, watching city lights turn to stars.
Hello and welcome back to another tier list. I've made a few of these recently, well, a few of these year, if I'm to be specific. I think I made about, let's see, there was the Mario Kart one, there was the Helltake one, there was the Xenoblade one. I think I made about 3 this year, so this would be the 4th tier list, but as you can see here, it's on mainline Pokemon games, because I figured I haven't really talked much about Pokemon recently. In fact, I really haven't at all this year, which, considering Pokemon is like one of my favorite franchises, it's kind of an affront to Arceus, if you will. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do something like this because, well, again, Pokemon is near and dear to my heart, so and it feels right. So we might as well just jump right into it, but first to clarify, I'll be ranking the games from Platinum upwards, so Platinum to Sword and Shield, because I haven't played any games before Platinum, so it'd be unfair for me to rank them based solely on conjecture rather than an actual valid opinion. But oh yeah, I also haven't played Let's Go Eevee Pikachu, so won't be ranking those either. So, as you can see here, from Platinum all the way up to Shield here we'll be ranking. So, with that said, might as well just start off with Platinum, obviously. Well, Platinum was my first Pokemon game. I'm heavily biased towards it in that aspect. I even made a writer's review of Platinum back last year. I'm not sure if I really did it justice then, but voice crack there. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. Like, I love Platinum even to this day. I played for it back in July of this year, which makes I think 7 times I played for it, which, it's pretty impressive, especially for Generation 4, which is regarded as the slowest generation in terms of game speed. So yeah, that's pretty admirable in a sense. But yeah, I really appreciate what Generation 4 did for the Pokemon series. Introducing the physical special split, which really helped a lot of Pokemon shine, as take Absol for example, who's a dark type Pokemon, and yet most dark type moves, well, dark type Pokemon with a special team physical attack, but dark type moves were special attacking moves, so that's fairly appreciated. I also like a lot of Pokemon introduced. It's also got a fantastic soundtrack. You got all the highlights, Route 209, Cynthia's theme, all the good stuff. But I just wouldn't put it in S. I'd say A, because although it's a fantastic game, there's plenty of issues I have with it. Game speeds, aforementioned. But yeah, which brings us on to Heart Gold Soul Silver. I've actually been playing through Heart Gold recently, in fact, so my opinions are pretty fresh in this one. They're essentially the same as Platinum in terms of game speed. In fact, actually, no, I'd argue they're a little faster, but I know I've been having a lot of fun with Heart Gold recently, and Soul Silver's in the same wagon, I'd say, in terms of my opinion, because they're just version differences. They're just the same version with different mascot legendaries. That's all. But yeah, again, like, I think my favourite part of Heart Gold Soul Silver is how they look visually. Like, they're such pretty games for DS that it's just something about that visual aesthetic that I really enjoy. I'll put those both in A as well, honestly. So up next to Generation 5. Fun fact, I had a huge disdain towards Generation 5 for the longest time until like, I don't know, like 20... It was a few years after the games actually released I started to warm up to them. And since then, Pokemon Black and White have become my favourite Pokemon games because they're just so good. They have a story that's has... what was it? I forget what themes it explores. I'm not sure the themes exactly, but it has a huge focus on world building. And for a series like Pokemon, that, you know, it's Pokemon, world building is such a key aspect. I'm surprised they didn't like focus on beforehand. And many of the Pokemon they introduced in Pokemon Black and White are just so good as well. Haxorus, Excadrill, Hydreigon. Just there's a lot of my favourites from there too. Also, fastest games in the series, Generation 5, and that game speed, man, that's really something. Just, oh man, again, another banging soundtrack too. So they're gonna go in S, which then brings us on to the sequels, Pokemon Black to White 2. I gotta be honest, this is kind of tricky actually. There are aspects of White 2, Black 2, Black 2 and White 2 that I prefer over Black and White, but as a general experience, I think I prefer Black and White. I mean, Black 2 and White 2 were the first games to introduce fusion forms, I guess we can call them, which later games will go on to implement, like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which we'll get onto a bit soon. But yeah, I mean, they're fun games. I really like the new locations they introduced, which made for a more complete region, if you know what I mean. But in terms of the actual story, it's a little weaker than Black and White. And also, one thing I forgot to mention with Black and White, their pacing, story pacing, where you capture the legendary mascots, mascot legendaries, after you've beaten the Pokemon League, so you can't just like steamroll them like that. Which, you know, gameplay pacing, that's really good, and story pacing that makes sense as well, considering, you know, the scenario. But for Black 2 and White 2, they kind of give you the legendary Pokemon to battle before the Pokemon League. I mean, sure, you can't actually capture the Pokemon. That's post Pokemon League, so there's that at least. But I don't know. I'll put them in A along with the Gen 4 games, because I do really have fun with them every time I play with them, and yeah, that's all I've got to say really. But next up, we're on to Generation 6, which I'll just come right out and say it. Generation 6 is my least favourite generation out of the ones I played. It was just one huge disappointment, especially with Auraz here. I mean, X and Y, I do like a lot of things they brought to the series, like Mega Evolutions, Fairy typing. And also the 3D models, that's appreciated, but in hindsight I think I prefer the 2D sprites and 2D animated sprites of Generation 4 and Generation 5, respectively. But yeah, like, I don't know, these were, X and Y were just, I'd say hugely disappointing. Because like, it was Pokemon's first, like, foray, I'm not sure if that's the right word, first venture into 3D, which before then it was all 2D and all sorts, so it was pretty highly anticipated in that sense, which I can't really say it delivered on too much. The region of Kalos as well, I don't really like, I don't like that much. It's not, I really don't remember that much of it, which is pretty telling of the region itself. Just the story itself, I think. Yeah, these are hard. I mean, I do like some of the Pokemon that Generation 6 introduced as well. Like, you know, I've forgotten them all now. You know, Zillius, Yveltal, Barbaracle. The starters, I think they're pretty cool. Greninja, you know, this course Greninja. But like, I don't know. I really don't have a high opinion of X and Y. I wouldn't say I hate X and Y though, so we'll put them in C. And now, oh my bad, son. And now Auras. Okay, Auras are my least favorite games in the entire series because before Auras, I was really excited to explore the home region because I hadn't done it before then. And up to that point, it was the only region I hadn't explored in one way or another. Because, you know, I'd explored this Johto and Kanto region in Hardcore Soul Silver. So those covered those. Sinnoh region, Platinum, Unova, and, you know, Black, White, Black 2, White 2. But I was excited for Alpha Zafra and Mega Ruby in that aspect, in that sense. But when I actually got to playing the games, I really don't think highly of them. Like, they feel too short to be really. I mean, I know there's such things overstated as their welcome, which, you know, I just don't think Alpha Zafra or Auras just are there long enough to be enjoyable, if you get what I'm trying to say. I mean, the tribal forms, they're cool, I guess. I mean, look, like, no matter the quality of the games themselves, Pokemon's always going to be good with music. It's never had a problem in that aspect. But I don't really think the music that Auras had to offer, you know, tribal form, Zinnia's theme, other stuff like that, could really like save the games. So what I'm trying to say here is just these two games were just a huge disappointment for me, and I didn't like them, and I still don't like them today. The story aspects, that was alright, I guess. It's kind of fun, but again, it's not enough to save them. I mean, it's too easy. They're too easy. Also, I mean, they straight up just hand you a Latios or Latios, depending on the version you're playing, partway into the story, so you can then just start steamrolling trailers and all that. Like, the game wasn't easy enough already up to that point. So, yeah, they're both going easy. But now, Sun and Moon. I think more highly of these than I do Generation 6. I mean, considering how Generation 6 was, it wasn't going to be hard to get a positive reaction out of me in that sense. But sorry. But yeah, Sun and Moon. I really like the story that I have going on the virtues of family, and it really shows that, like, the Pokemon, you don't need world-ending melodrama to make a story interesting, because of how, you know, in Sun and Moon they had the family story between Gladio and Lily and Lusamine, which is pretty interesting for a Pokemon game, considering it's unprecedented for Pokemon games in that sense. What? I need to stop saying in that sense. But yeah, I mean, I also like the forgotten the name of the region, the Alola region. I like exploring the different islands. That's pretty cool. Instead of just being relegated to one singular landmass. That's pretty cool. Were there any new Mega Evolutions introduced? No, Gen 6 introduced Mega Evolutions. Never mind. But yeah, I really like these games. I wouldn't say they were A class or S class, so they're obviously B class. Yeah, again, I like a lot of Pokemon introduced, music's great as per usual. So that brings us on to Ultras and Ultraman. I mean, might as well just get to this point, they're probably going to be in the same class as B here. But I played through Ultramoon earlier this year, back in maybe August, September I think it was. Might have been later than that, I'm not quite sure. But that aside, I had a lot of fun playing through Ultramoon. Sure, I mean, they kind of get back onto the trend of world-ending melodrama for stories, put less of a focus on the family elements between, you know, Lily, Guardian, and Lusamine, which it was pretty disappointing. But I mean, the little story they try to get going with Lacrosma is interesting to a degree, but I wouldn't say it's fleshed out enough to where it can be like properly engaging. I mean, the battle with Ultra Lacrosma is pretty cool, and it's kind of curbs some any Nuzlocke players, which is always fun to see. But I mean, I should also mention that, like, just to brag here, I had a Florges on that team who kind of curb stomps the Crossbow instead. So but yeah, I had a pretty fun time playing these games, mostly because I don't know, my connection with Pokemon games is often associated with the teams I end up building. So with that in mind, yeah, I mean, I only think so highly of these games because I played through recently, so it's somewhat fresh in my mind, and the team I had going with it. So yeah, yeah, I don't really have much to say. So let's just put B along with their predecessors. But finally, we're on to Sword and Shield, the most recent Pokemon games, and oh boy, probably the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to hang on this for too long. Has the most split opinion around it. I can't think of the actual word, I don't want to spend too long on it, but either way, these divisive, yeah, divisive. These games have been pretty divisive if you've been in the Pokemon community at all, or on the internet, or within the past year. But I think kind of highly of these games because prior to the DLC that released this year, I did have fun playing through for the first and second time because I did a second playthrough around February this year because I wanted to confirm my opinion of it, and yeah, I do like them. Sure, it's disappointing in some aspects, like I wouldn't say the game has any specific art style. It's kind of a mishmash of multiple art styles, as you can kind of see in some of the in a lot of the aspects of the game. You know, the trees for one, yeah, whatever. But I wouldn't say okay. Look, I definitely, as you can tell, I definitely wasn't as disappointed with it as some of us were. But like, yeah, I don't know. I really liked them, and with the DLC that came out this year, the Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, I think Sword and Shield feel like complete packages now. Sure, all the Pokemon in the National Dex aren't in the game, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really mind that much. That's not really something that bothers me. I'm kind of glad that we've had Pokemon specifically picked out to make for a what am I looking for? I don't know. Pokemon that's been specifically chosen for the best experience possible. Because, you know, you're not going to use every Pokemon in National Pokedex. We're close to 1,000, including multiple forms. Might be over 1,000 if you include those, actually. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I mean, I like these games. I like them a lot. I'd say they are probably in the same rank as the Gen 7, so put them both in B. Music's great as per usual. I like a lot of Pokemon introduced. Nations, Amet, Zenta, they're cool. The Dynamax battle with I'm really struggling to think of the Pokemon now. Eternatus, yeah, that the main story, that's really cool. Music's there, also fantastic, just honestly. I'd say it's probably the Pokemon games that have one of the best soundtracks in recent memory. Because you've got Marnie's theme, you've got the Gymnase's theme, you've got Zacian Zamazenta's theme, you've got Dynamax Eternatus, all three phases actually. Yeah, you got a lot of the DLC music, which is really good. So, yeah, like there would be, I'd say for now. But yeah, that brings us to this list. Well, we're done here now, I should say. Been pretty scatterbrained this time around. I mean, at least it's a sort of a short list, so I ain't got as much time to be as scatterbrained. But yeah, I think I'm satisfied with the placements of the Pokemon games here. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. Like I said, I don't think I've really spoken much about Pokemon this year, and which is kind of a sin if you think about it. But yeah, yeah, it's been fun. So hope you enjoyed it too if you've made it this far, and I'll see you for whatever I decide to put out next.